What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review today. Unfortunately, I don't have good news for you today because I just suffered through one of the most boring movies I think I've ever seen. I got this in the July horror pack. It's called Killer Party. It looks like it should be like in my wheelhouse. It's got a crazy clown on it. It looks like it's about a zombie outbreak. Unfortunately, this movie is awful. Like, I can deal with a bad movie, no problem. I don't need a movie to be good. I don't need a movie to be even watchable. But what I do need is I need it to not be boring, and this movie is extremely boring. The story is about a bunch of pretentious, entitled, middle aged people who meet for a baby shower, and then some kind of an outbreak happens and they try to survive. That's pretty much it. Imagine being stuck in a room with a bunch of the most boring, entitled, pretentious, middle aged people you could think of, and then listening to them tell stories about their marriages and their kids. Oh, God, their kids and their shattered dreams of stardom. And just for, what is it, 78 minutes? So for 75 out of the 78 minutes, that's what this movie is. You're stuck in a room with these unlikable, just detestable, boring people, and the movie just traps you in there with them. And here's the part about horror movie characters. Okay, you can have these kind of characters, and the movie can still work, but you need them to die because that's what you're rooting for. I wanted the lead couple, who's this like hipster dad who's like wanting to be a screenwriter, and his like basic white lady wife, and like I just wanted them to die. They were so boring and unlikable. I was just like, I sat through the movie, okay? I endured this movie hoping just to see them die, and they, spoiler alert, they do not die. The movie, for some reason, makes them into the heroes, and it is just, that's what you want. Yeah, you want unlikable people to die, and this movie is filled with them, and very few of them die. Maybe 3 or 4 minutes of the movie takes place outside of the house, which is where some cool stuff happens. There is an awesome scene with a little girl disemboweling somebody. They show none of it on screen. There's no blood in this movie that happens on screen. It's all kind of like thrown off from off screen onto somebody. It's really weak. I'm sure it was because of budget reasons, but this is a horror movie. Come on, we need some gore. And you know, whatever. It was just such a disappointment. Like, nothing is good about this movie. And no nudity at all. There's a clown, even he's pretty boring. There's like a kind of a badass chick, but she has nothing to do because, of course, anyone that's interesting gets no screen time so that we can watch the most boring couple on the face of the earth. The acting is whatever. It's not bad, but it's not good. I have no desire to see any of these people again based off of their performances here. I love low budget indie horror movies. Don't get me wrong, but this was a total bore fest. I mean, oh my god. The Blu-ray I got from Horror Pack. I think if you go to their website, which I'm not going to plug it because I don't want to spread this any more than I already have, but I think you can get the Blu-ray or DVD there. You can get it on Amazon streaming. I would recommend, if you do get it, to rent it in SD instead of HD, or to get it on a DVD. The Blu-ray from Horror Pack does not look good. It looks like a DVD. It doesn't look bad, but it looks like a DVD. It doesn't look like an HD presentation. It does have audio commentary, which I will never fucking listen to as long as I live, and some trailers. This movie was a chore. Like, I've seen a shit ton of movies. I watch about between 1,000 and 1,200 a year. Very few movies have I ever had to like force myself to sit through, and this was one of them. Unfortunately, I really wanted to like it. It looked like it was going to be something that I was going to like. It was just so boring and pretentious, and I don't know if it was just a guy trying to make a movie with his friends and let them show off their acting ability, so they decided not to have hardly any horror at all, but it was a mistake. It's a super boring movie. I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, sorry to the people who made it. I gotta be honest. It just was boring. Even if you're a die-hard horror fan, this is one that's completely safe to skip on. Unless you have to see everything, and then, be warned. I warned you. So that's Killer Party. This is not the cool Killer Party from I think it was in the 80s. So don't get that mixed up. This is the one from 2014, and I think it was shelved until 2016. It used to be called The Shower. Now it's called Killer Party. Anyway, skip it. It's really boring. Unless you like, it's like hanging out with a bunch of middle-aged barbecue dads who have really nothing interesting to say for 78 minutes. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Hopefully I'll have something more interesting for you in the next video. I appreciate it.